All right, guys, what's going on? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And it was officially confirmed hours ago, as of the time of this recording, that the teaser that they had in terms of the footage for the summer's Game Fest launch announcement and reveal was indeed not a campaign, and that they want us to, and I quote, think bigger. Now, a lot of people are saying battle royale, and there are also some other people out there that are suggesting something else, like a PvE mode or something similar to Helldivers. Now, I am actually leaning towards the Helldivers side of things, and it's not because I personally am not into battle royale. But the reason why is because right now we've got like a handful of battle royales out there and all that kind of stuff, but we've only got, to my knowledge, one type of game that Helldivers is doing, right? And if you remember, like I remember even Mark Rubin back during the XDefiant days was kind of teasing at, like, if in the future something that he would have wanted to do was kind of like a Helldivers mode in its own way within everything in XDefiant. I mean, if anything, it could have been like with Rabbids or something like that, but Helldivers style. And another reason why I'm leaning towards that is because the teaser that we got, right, it shows a story, and obviously this man who was pretty much, you know, he's emotionally attached to a child that he seemingly has lost, and then there's the flower in there. So something happened to where this, you know, this child was lost from him, and he's obviously very emotional about it. And then you've got this sort of avatar-like thing that makes it seem like the world is a simulation, but at the same time, it may not be, because, you know, it could be something like they just do for drills and stuff like that. But right now, it's a really big mystery in terms of what this story is. All we know is that it's got emotion around it, which would make the player, or in this case, the players, care about what happens in this story. And to my knowledge, even though I haven't played Helldivers, despite the fact that there's a friend of mine who's begging me to play it, he's every single time I see it, you know, and the fact that they're updating that game the way they are, and there's new events and stuff like that. And to my knowledge, it's based off of the Starship Troopers universe, and there is a story behind there. So to me, at least, to me, it makes more sense for them to go in that kind of direction, especially since they pretty much denied the fact that it is a campaign, and to think even bigger. And if you think about, you know, the way people play Helldivers and all that kind of stuff, it really is that much bigger, because it's something that you can consistently upgrade and update with the rest of the world. You know, it takes co-op to a whole other level. It's, you know, and at the same time, we don't know. One of the biggest mysteries besides the story itself, or should I say is part of the story, is that we don't know who the antagonists are, right? We have no idea. If anybody knows, it's probably people that have, like, I've heard somebody in my chat earlier on stream today, or the previous stream, basically had said that there are Splitgate comics out there, and there might be something, you know, in there that would give us some sort of answer. But for the most part, we don't know, right? It literally could be anything. I mean, I could be wrong in this commentary, and it could be something like a battle royale, or it could be, you know, something completely different that we don't know. All we know is that it's bigger. So think bigger. I'm trying to think to myself, like, how, you know, obviously, taking a page from Destiny, I think, would be another way to go, because Destiny is kind of doing, you know, in terms of what they did and what they have done, they've done it in their own way. So that's something that they might be able to do as well. But I don't know, for some reason, it just seems like Helldivers would seem the way to go, but in first person shooter mode, obviously, and with, you know, with the three factions that we have. So that's what I'm thinking. And we have three factions. So in Destiny, at least in the first Destiny, I think we had three, if I'm not mistaken. But at the same time, I'm not gonna compare and mix and match, because this literally could be anything. But I wanted to take this conversation beyond my recent stream, and I wanted to put in video form, and I wanted to get your input, as always, in terms of, you know, us, the Splitgate community, the player community. What do you guys think this is? Which side do you lean on? You know, are you leaning towards a battle royale side? Are you leaning towards, you know, a Helldivers alternative? Are you leaning towards you know, something like Destiny? You know, towards, you know, PvE the way it is with the way Destiny handles things. This is where your input will definitely become crucial. And obviously, there are those of you out there that are actually familiar with the Splitgate comics that have been put out there, obviously. So maybe some sort of input in that aspect could be something that could hint towards something. But again, this is Splitgate 2. So at the same time, it's like it could be something different, or it could be, you know, an alternative to what the Splitgate comics were. We don't know. But this is very intriguing and very interesting to have the community thinking as to exactly what the hell this story is, and as well as what the game mode is going to be. And hopefully it will be something to where when they announce it, hopefully everybody will go completely ape shit and they'll be like, oh my gosh, you know, this is something I wasn't expecting, or maybe I was expecting and it's like better and I can't wait to try it, or, you know, whatever, right? So, and the fact that it's releasing on the same day as the announcement is insane. It's almost like a shadow drop without being a shadow drop, right? The announcement being the same day as the full launch release, along with this and everything else, like, and the cherry on top would be obviously if they released ranked at the same time. Like if they launched with ranked and all that other stuff, that would be crazy. Now we know that the Summer's Game Fest, and it was confirmed because I looked this up. One of my viewers asked me this question and I looked it up myself. It is going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So the 2 p.m. is Pacific. I asked Google. I did a Google search and they said 5 p.m. Eastern time, which means the 2 p.m. Eastern time, the 2 p.m. Time that was announced was Pacific. So you guys can double check on that just in case, you know, Google was messing with me, because sometimes they're wrong, obviously. So I, for one, am looking forward to it. I'll be in the middle of my shift on Thursday when everything pretty much goes live and when everything gets announced. I don't know which part of when in the presentation this is going to be announced, but all I know is from 5 p.m. till whenever we're going to have our official reveal in terms of what this is and everything else, as well as probably all the other content that we're going to get for the launch and everything like that. And I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think the CEO and maybe another developer is going to is going to make an appearance and is basically going to be talking to us, the community, obviously. And I, for one, am looking very much forward to seeing what they give to us, you know, besides the full-on multiplayer experience. Now, obviously, that's my bread and butter, my meat and potatoes, my peanut butter and jelly. That's my, you know, that's my go-to. But I am somehow, some way intrigued by this. And who knows? It could be a very fun way to play the game, whether it's solo or whether it's with your friends. I'm curious because I enjoy the gameplay. So it's like if they manage to make a fun campaign out of it, then all I can say is hell yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. And as always, I like to thank everybody for taking the time to watch and or listen. And thank you so very much for the support on stream, as well as the videos. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.